Well, hey everyone, who's up for a new adventure today? I've decided to make maybe more or less like a walkthrough, playthrough tutorial on how I make my hidden bases in Minecraft. So, yeah, we're just gonna do a single player. I already got one here already made for us. I kind of pieced this file here together, and yeah, just pretend that we're joining a server here, and we're spawning a tree. Well, before we begin, just make sure nobody's following you, and we better start grabbing items quickly. And it doesn't matter what we're grabbing, as long as we're grabbing items that we may need. Also, we need to worry about getting food because we're going to be kind of traveling around here. And we got bees following us because I got flowers in my hand. Um, I'm going to pull some saplings down. And also what we need to do is we got to gather food. Okay. Uh, so we got a lot to do on the first night here. And I'm going to probably do this for maybe 30 minutes or so. I think today we're going to try to do a location. Now I'm not going to go far away from spawn because this is a single player world. So what I'm doing right now is I'm gathering saplings. I'm going to start making a tree farm where I'm at. And I want to make sure I have saplings for building stuff, because I am going to be building a hidden base underground. I always like building those. So, yeah, the first day is going to be kind of boring. Now, I had my friends say I should do this in creative. Well, that's not the point about it. It doesn't do any good. So what I'm going to do is start mowing the grass. I got some seeds now. And we're just going to pretend like we're walking around here. Let's see what else we can find. We got sheeps. Just looking for things that are interesting while I'm walking. And in addition, to make sure nobody's following you, make sure you're on a server that you can trust, because admins will know exactly where you log in, and they'll know exactly where your beds are at. How I know that? Because I hosted a server myself. So I'm just playing like an average person here. I'm pretending I'm on a server right now. Okay. And the goal is to try to get enough to make food. We're going to make some pickaxes. It works. And then we're going to have to find a place to build. Okay. So one of the things that I never do when I'm doing this stuff, and I'm going to talk about this as I'm building here, is don't ever leave your trees with a few logs. Cut them all the way down, because guess what? You probably already know. If you don't know, if I see somebody where somebody's pulled a few logs out of the tree and the top part of the tree is still there, you know what I'm going to assume? Somebody's been here. I mean, somebody's either traveling through or they have something close by. We don't want that. No, we don't. So got that removed. So it's kind of boring at first, but we are going to do that. We're also going to keep a lookout for any materials here. And also when I'm doing a hidden base, I always pick the most boring, inhospitable places to build. Okay. And we got cherry blossoms there. Okay, so now we know where to get those at if we need them. We know how to make a boat now. I'm also going to need some of these. I'm going to take one. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm not going to hoard everything up. Why? Because somebody's going to know where I'm at. Okay. I'm also going to need some of that too. Never know, we'll need sand. So while I'm walking around, I'm not here to try to grab everything I can. Okay. And flowers, we could use them for dye. Now you can build your doors, your hidden doors, under water. That's always interesting. I've done that a few times. But you want to pick places where people are just not going to bother. like getting shot at. That is not fun. We don't want to get shot at. So, grab this here. Like I said, this is the first day. Not the first night, but the first day. So, yeah, it'd be nice to build your base somewhere where it looks interesting. Even in a plane would be fine. Deserts are pretty good too because they're inhospitable. So right now I'm just gathering materials. Okay. I'm gathering seeds. Okay. There's a village there. Now, a couple things that I've learned in the past when you go to a village is don't let your presence be known. All right. Building close to a village, it's okay. But I don't want to build my base like right next to it or underneath it. Bad things may happen. Okay. So, let's see if we can get some items out of this village here. Now, a rule of thumb is replant what you take. For me, when I see a village, especially when the farms and the chests have been raided, I know somebody's been there. And you want to be known as that guy hoarding stuff. Okay. I see hay. Hay makes bread. So we're going to grab that. Because my health is starting to go down. Okay, so let's start raiding houses here. Okay. Potatoes. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to take this bread. I'm going to take that. I don't care about the gold. I'm just going to take a few of the potatoes and kind of spread them around here like that. Why am I doing that? Because I don't want people knowing I was here. Okay. You know, if it's a single player world, I just don't want people knowing that I've been here, and yeah, we don't want that. But now it's time to eat. Now you don't have to follow the advice I give. But, you know, let's see here. Okay. We have a carrot. What am I going to do? Put that there. I just need one carrot. I don't need to have everything. Also, things like this, don't go loot all the bookshelves. If I see that, I know somebody's been here. Right? If you're going through a village and you see somebody's raided it, you know, yeah. Now, taking one of those beds would be very handy. Now, a lot of people are not going to know all the details. I'd love to take that, but I can craft that myself. Here's some wheat. I'm going to grab this. Now, I'm not sure if this is like this naturally, but I'm going to put that back in there. I'm taking a bed. I don't think really anybody's ever going to notice one missing. But now with the new Minecraft, you got sleep packs or sleep pads, but we don't have the new Minecraft yet. That would be helpful, but I don't want to take that. Not right now. And if I need it, I can always come back and use it. Okay, I'm going to grab a few more pieces of bread. You don't want to be a hog. No, 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 no. If you're a hog, somebody's going to find out. Now, sometimes Minecraft will glitch out. Sometimes an item won't spawn. Okay, I found me a stone cutter, but I can make those. Best thing I would do, you can take a bed. But if everybody took a bed, you know a lot of people have been through here. Oh, that's a skeleton horse. I have it set on hard mode because I can't resist. All right, we're not going to worry about that right now. Oh, that's a sheep. That's a regular horse. Okay, so where do we want to start building yet? So the first thing is I already got carrots. The only thing I don't have is beetroot, but we might find another village that we can grab that. Okay. Remember, we're going to be hidden underground. We're going to start building up a base here. Now, something like that would be fine. Something like that. And a cherry blossom, that's going to attract people because it's very new. So I try to avoid building there. Now, why do I grab the sugarcane? Why do I grab saplings of different types? I want to build things. Now, it's almost getting time for Betty Bye. So we better find a place to hide in quick. Yeah, I may take that. I might need that. You notice how I'm just taking things? Not being greedy. I might need some pink dye. Oh, we'll just grab that. Grab one of those. We found a little flower forest, so that's good. Now, in places like this, is a good place to build a base. Because it looks plain and boring. Unless somebody's going to build on top. Now, where I usually build my bases at is in just regular old areas. Places that just don't look interesting. Now, you know what we can do? Let's go back to that village. We're going to skip a game day here. Because now we're going to need to find real estate. We're going to have to find things. So, also don't take too much grass out of here because then they'll know where you're at. Grab that too. We'll grab that. Yes, your inventory is going to be full of junk. Stuff that you commonly would never grab. But if I want to make, let's say, blue carpet, I can make a blue sheep out of it. No, I always get, well, why don't you build it in Creator, Jay? It's faster. I don't want to build it in Creative because that wouldn't be fun. I mean, this is, the whole point about it is to simulate what I do if I'm in a server. And like I mentioned, though, if you're in a server where you trust the admin and he's not going to look at the logs, you're fine. As I've been on some servers where they'll actually look at the logs, find out where you logged in and out at, and they kind of have an idea where your base is at. You don't want to deal with that there. So, I got to commandeer this bed. Well, I can't. I just need to find a place to sleep here. Sorry, dude. Gotta take it. Okay. Yeah, I got my avatar in here. I think it kind of adds a little more flavor to the videos and stuff. Alright, so let's find ourselves a place that we can build here. Usually villages, people want to build around. Just ignore those guys. We're going to need a lot of seeds. A good farm is 9 by 9, which is 81. Subtract the 1 block in the middle for water. I'm going to try to get a bunch of seeds. So 80 per plot would be more than enough for food. Okay. We were talking about making something like in this mountain here, or you could do it right here in the plains. The more plain it looks, the uninteresting it is. Now, you also want to avoid flat areas, because guess what? People want to build big, luxurious mansions in there, or build a city. You want to avoid that. I want to pick something that no one's going to care about too much. Don't be snorting at me. Okay. Something like this here. Look how inhospitable this looks. It doesn't look too exciting. A good place for a door there. But I'm going to bring farm animals down in there. So I got to think of a way to start. How am I going to do this? I'm just looking for a place to build. Usually I build with ladders, and then I kind of obscure it with something. Like maybe with heavy foliage, unless somebody cuts it down into it. Like I said, these are just pointers. Even that beach over there wouldn't be too bad of a spot to build at. Let's see what's over there. Nothing too exciting. Even that little island over there would be perfect. Well, let's see here. Now I'm looking for a place. If there's caves or something like that, we're going to worry about that later. I'm just picking. Like, this doesn't look too exciting. This looks kind of boring, doesn't it? Doesn't look too all that appealing here. That little island there would be perfect. Okay. It's not big. It's not small. It's just right. And yeah, we're close to land, which means we could, if we find farm animals, we can just swim them over there. We can just tether them up and push them over here. So we're going to build on that little island there. That's a good place to hide, for me anyways. Your mileage may vary. You may want to build in like an ice plains. Even better. The more inhospitable, most miserable, boring place to build, those are the places I like to pick. All right. You know, it just depends. So really, in this installment today, I'm just going to find a place and build. Okay. All right, so we found ourselves a decent place to build. Now, what's next? What do we do? I'm looking for maybe a cliff face. That looks good. Okay. Because now we're not disturbing grass, and I'm ready to build here, I can do that. And also I want to put a landmark. What kind of flowers grow around here? Let's see here. I don't know, somebody's going to say you got to eat all your food up. Well, I'm not eating my carrots because I may need them. I don't see any flowers here. I was hoping there'd be something here. Lots of leaves, though. I just need a rough landmark. But this would be fine. Okay. Okay, so now we found a place that's far away from spawn. Let's pretend that it is. Now we got to get down to business here. Real quick. Because, well, it's going to be night soon. We don't want to risk it, not even for the brisket. And I need to make a wooden pickaxe, because now we're going to have to start digging a staircase down. Now, I'm going to break this crafting table. Also, there's name tags you got to worry about. The deeper, the better. I'm not sure what the range of name tags are. I only had one of my bases found once, only just because it was on a live stream. Okay. We've walled ourselves in. Now we're going to start digging down. Now, you could dig straight down if you want to risk it, but I'm going to staircase this one here. Now, a rule of thumb is for the surface height, let's say we're at 65 blocks. I always like to go at least 40 blocks below that. But there's certain areas you want to stay away from, like anywhere around level 16 to level 0. And I'm talking about block height. Because people mine for diamonds. So you gotta be careful with that. The chances of them hitting a ladder is rarer than a staircase. But right now we need the staircases. We need to get to an area. There will be a ladder here eventually in that area. I will be digging straight down when we get there. But right now, what am I gonna do? Is start getting down to a certain level. Okay. And I'm just going to staircase it. Now, I don't have anything like Silk Touch to bring grass down here for cows or sheep to feed off of. I don't have any of that right now. Now, if you're in a server that sells spawn eggs, well, you don't have to worry about that. But here, this is like if I was joining a server for the first time. Also, if you look around and you see name tags, crouch. Just hit the shift button or crouch. It makes the tags kind of go away. So if I think somebody's around, well, I think we're going to have to make more. Also save all your stone too, because if let's say I run into a cross in a cave, I don't want people knowing I'm digging there. So I'll fill that back in. And also we're racking up achievements too. Now for world parameters, this is kind of like a pre-processed world. I've already set parameters like no mob griefing. I don't want to spend time fixing stuff and all that stuff like fire spread. This is more just less like a tutorial in how I make my bases and stuff. And we might need that for concrete here. How long have I been recording for? Keep these about 30 minutes. We'll keep them manageable, like a TV show length here. How far do I want to dig deep? Random. We can go all the way down to bedrock. I think with this installment, though, I think instead of using ladders, I think I'm just going to use a water elevator to go down and one to go back up. But we're a long ways away from that right now. I haven't hit any caves yet. Okay, we got iron. You want to mine that real quick. You know why? We need a water bucket. Because also in addition to that, I'm also going to need to find a lava source. Now, I don't care how pretty this staircase is, because I will be backfilling this in once I get farm animals and stuff down there. Oh, no, 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 no. We're a long ways away from that. We can't worry about that right now. So right now, we're just... This is the first episode. We're just trying to get ourselves a spot. So, yeah. This is also a good time as any to find random rooms. What is that, dialite? May need that for the farm. Also, you need to make torches too to light up the way. Okay, so must be we're down to a reasonable level now. Okay, so we're at level 12 right now, and I'm just debating if I should just keep going down as far as I can go. I mean, we may as well. We're trying to get to inhospitable places right now. Now, just as a thing, though, like I said, if we're going to do an elevator in this one here. You could do ladders, you could do elevator, you could do stairs. Now, the reason why I'm walling that off, you could probably guess why. Okay, we found ourselves a lava source and a creeper down there. Also dirt, and I don't want to put that in there. I'm using the dirt as a marker. We're going to dig deep, folks. That's right, you can't get me down here. Alright, so now I broke a pickaxe. Let's grab another one. This is like introductory to how to mine in Minecraft. Oh yeah, there was a debate on our Discord group about the new blocks in Minecraft, and I like using the new stuff in here. So yeah, if you're looking for classic Minecraft gameplay, you're in the wrong place, you know. All right, running out of space. So what am I gonna do? You know, that flint. Oh yeah, speaking of flint, you may want to tempt yourself into building another portal at your base. No, don't ever do that. You know how many times I ran across people's hidden bases by just walking in the nether? No, 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 no. It's tempting, but do not do that. That's a naughty thing. You can get yourself in a whole heap of drama if you did. So like right now we're just digging the real estate. Look at that long climb up there. And yeah, you might want to put torches in here too. I got these questions from time to time. Boy, you'd make some really cool hidden bases. Well, now we decided to do this. All right, so we're at level 7 right now. We're just going to go... the further you go down, the more the diamonds are thicker. When I'm playing Minecraft, I never go this deep. So I'm mostly playing single player, and usually I trust the server host. So, you know. Plus, having a hidden base, it's a good time as any to strip mine. And that's where you take your stone, like this stuff here. I'll just resmelt it or whatever. Put it back into this state here, and guess what I'll do with it? I'll backfill my caves. So nobody knows I was there. Okay. So yeah, today is just getting to know your base. I used up all my dirt, so won't be able to build a farm. That's okay. Making sure nothing's going to kill me. Now I could have just put this thing in creative and blasted through this, but sometimes some people want full walkthroughs. That's exactly what I do. I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't cut to the chase. We're going to do the full enchilada here. See a little light there. Let's see here. What do I have here I can toss? You know what? We got this bundle thing, right? I'm already full. Well, that's silly. I'm going to have to make another bundle then. It only holds up 64 items. It's like a limited chest. Jay, aren't you scared with all those zombies down here? Oh, if you light it up, you won't have to worry about it. Okay, so I'm at level 28. Or negative 28. Well, okay. We got a hole down here. What do we do? Well, let's just grab... I guess you're not going to let me move it, huh? Now, also you're going to need some weapons too, but... Andesite. I never used that often here. Well, you may not have to dig out as much, but I'm not scripting these. I'm not going to plan them. You know, so if you're looking for a very heavily planned, scripted Minecraft building thing, sorry, kiddies, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the hard stuff today. I'm going to do the really hard Minecraft stuff. Ooh, we got to be careful. And yes, when I make my hidden bases, I run into this all the time. There's going to be things that want to kill you and eat you down here. That's why I'm keeping my staircase very Well, I made a mistake. Well, I'll have to correct my mistake here. Does it matter? I'll go OCD. Yep, we're getting... Now he saw me. Remember what I said. Now I gotta be very careful. Guess what? If I kick that block out of there, I'm gonna have issues. But you, get the idea. Well, Jay, it seems like you're never gonna get done with this. That's the whole point. Like I said, if you're looking for a full, uninterrupted gameplay, you're in the right place. Okay, I don't know if it's nighttime or not, but we're going to take a look here. How long have I been recording for? 31 minutes? I think that's it. Let's go see here. I'm going to need to bring some dirt down here. A couple places to grab dirt. I don't want people knowing where I'm digging at, so if there's some in that lake or ocean, I'm going to grab it from down there. I just need a block or two, or just some sand or something. Gravel, I don't like gravel that much. It's kind of ugly, and you get flint, which fills up your inventory. But I'm hoping this installment series is going to be really in detail on how I make my bases. We're going to go through everything, how I do it. And from finding a hidden place to starting up a farm, and pretty much you can live a very comfortable life down here. We made it just in time. Just in time. Oh, we got some clay there. We also got some sand here, too. Got seaweed, so if we need food, we can grow that and eat the seaweed. It doesn't sound too yummy, but we'll do it. Okay. And we also need to set up a spot for a bed. As I'll show you, if I were to put this dirt back in here, and if I were just to walk around here, this doesn't look exciting. It looks very boring. It doesn't look like there's anything here. Okay. But now, there is. Now, I'm going to set me up a really quick farm here for a tree. And mind you, we digged all this way here. Okay, I may have to fill back in. We're probably all the way over here by now. Got a nice beach here. This right here would be good for a tree farm. What am I going to do? I can always use birch or oak. Oak is kind of expendable. So I'm going to put this right here. That's the tree farm. Okay. I'm not going to touch these trees here. If I get a bunch of extra saplings, I'm going to heavily forest this area. Well, Jay, now you told me your secrets. I know where you're hiding. You do? Are you sure? You really sure? If you would walk right by here unless you saw my name tag. Now, before we wrap up this installment here, I'm going to do something really interesting. It's called making torches. I'm not going to use up all my wood, but I'm going to have to toss some items around here. Okay. One right here. When I start seeing it get dark, I'm just going to place torches. I'm not risking it down here. Because we'll use those torches again for making paths and stuff. And yeah, I got to go back up and get that stuff still, but you get the idea of what I'm doing down here. You know what I'm doing. I'm going to be hiding down here. I'm going to be strip mining down here. I'm going to live comfortably down here. I'm going to have an enchanting room. with lots of books. I'm going to have OP armor. Well, right now it's not too exciting because I haven't gotten that far yet. I don't want to use up all my coal because I still need to make a furnace. We're going to need to smelt for a bucket. Okay. So, yeah, you're going to be tempted to remove these. Don't remove them. This is just temporary, and the less I have to backfill, the better. I'll probably throw an andesite or something in here. Well, what do we do about that? Prepare for battle. He's coming up. He literally is. And I'm just going to take my time. Okay. And then, yeah, we need to light that cave up. Well, let's see what's down here now. Well, there's nothing here, obviously. Let's go down here then. I'm just going to throw torches in here, and that lets me know I've been down here too. Well, oh, I might have to use a log. It doesn't matter. I'm going to backfill all this in anyways. And we got copper. But you get the idea, though. You want to light, if you find any caves like this, like I did, start lighting things up like crazy. Now, like I said, I'm not an expert on this by any means. Get back down here. It's okay to knock our head on the ceiling, right? Because I don't want, like I said, this is just temporary. I'm just going to use this for getting my farm animals down here. I don't have any more items to make just to make it more safe, we're going to wrap it up for the night here. What am I going to do? Wall that in. Oh, we could probably go down a bit more, huh? Let's see if we can. I don't want to keep you guys and gals too long today. I mean, this is just going to be a fun little episode we're going to have fun with. If you find it interesting, great. If you don't, let me know. If you think I missed something or screwed up on something, you're more than welcome to correct me. And I'm hoping the recording is working fine. I hope we got sound here. I'm optimizing everything a little bit better for not only for streaming but for recording gameplay again. Now we got more flint now. Great. Let's see how far we can get down here. I'd like to get it down to the level I want to build at. I'm thinking of negative 50. So it goes down to 64. Maybe 55. Stay alive. Negative 55. Where are we at right now here? We'll see here. All right, so this makes it 50. Okay, 1. Also be very careful, because guess what? We don't want lava raining down on us here. That's a big no-no. No, 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 no. That's bad if your base is full of lava. And then now, we're at the level we want to be at. This is negative 55. That's a heck of a climb up there. And we even got some light up there too, probably a glitch in the graphics. Now I'm just going to make me a little hidden room here. I don't have any wool, but I need to get a furnace going real quick. Because I'm going to use the staircase not only to bring down farm animals, but I'm also going to use the staircase if I don't have silk touch. I may need to bring grass down here, so I may have to bring some grass in here somehow. Okay, so now we need to set up a permanent crafting area. Well, a temporary area. We're gonna have a fully luxury base down here, but right now we're a long ways away from that. We can't do that right now. But right now I'm just setting up the stage here. So now is gathering supplies and finding real estate. That's pretty much what it is today. Okay. And that's where we're going to stop today. So we're just going to set up an area. I do not have any wool for a bed, but I can go out. We'll go shear some sheep and see if we can bring a sheep or two down here. At least bring them to the island and just start populating this island with stuff. But we'll say that for another day. We're acquiring hardware. We're going to need that, right? Because we're going to need to mine other things with it too. Now, I'm going to be using a lot of stone tools. I've always been ribbed in about that, but right now, my goal is to get OP stuff. We're going to be building an enchanting room. We're going to have it fully stocked with everything. But this is episode 1. We haven't gotten that far yet. Oh, and yes, I do talk a lot in these for those who don't like the talking. I did do an ASMR stream, and it didn't get any views. I thought, well, I guess to each his or her own. Basically, it's the same gameplay, but no talking, no commentary. All right. I think that's it. I think we're good here. Okay. Seems like my stream deck is working very well. But I think this is where we're going to stop here for the day. And yeah, it's not much of a base, but now we got hardware. And I think in the next installment, we're going to start putting in a temporary farm and sleeping quarters and all that stuff. Well, tell me what you think. And if there's any improvements, let me know.